What's going on, world? I'm Ambassador Tim Ford Jr. of the African Union AUCS, and I've been living over in East Africa, Tanzania for almost 5 years now. And I help my people invest, rebuild, and return over to the continent of Africa. But today, I want to talk about the spirit of discouragement and doubt that overtakes some of our people when they are trying to come to Africa and when they want to build something and do something along these lines. Now, I've been over here for almost 5 years now, and I've had my fair share of ups and downs. And I've seen a lot of people experience ups and downs for themselves as well. So, this is one of the things that you're going to have to deal with on this journey. That's with any journey in life, rather, anyway. You're going to have to go through the tough times and the tough moments of learning a new culture, learning a new language, learning how to operate in a new place. But those tough times and those tough moments are actually what makes you and builds the character that you need in order to take on what you claim you're trying to build and what you claim you're trying to work on. Like, nothing in our life, and especially coming to Africa, nothing will be handed to us. I mean, you literally got to work for everything. I know in America, we're not used to having to work. We're used to things being handed to us, and we're used to people really, literally, like kissing our butt when we come in there speaking English, or you feel like you black, you want somebody to kiss your butt, because that's what happens in America. Like, people will kiss your butt in order to accommodate you, in order to make things go smooth for you. And that's not how it is over here on the continent of Africa. They not gonna kiss your butt. Now, you might get your butt kissed if you got some money, I ain't gonna lie. They might try to brown nose you to get that money out of you, but to make things go like we used to in America, that's not how it's gonna go. So don't get discouraged if you're trying to come over here and you see that things aren't going how you used to them going. Like, you can't just give them that southern charm or that northern charm or that language that you know and just force them to move and do what you want them to do. No, you got to put your work in. You got to show your work. You got to prove yourself, and you have to do something that's worthy. Bibi Baba. Salam. And you have to make sure that you trust in your journey and trust in your process. People have their own journeys, people have their own processes, and people have their own things that they do that make their journeys go the way that they go. Like, I ain't gonna say that this thing is easy for particular people based off certain circumstances. Everybody don't share their differences and their shortcomings that they face when dealing with these type of moves and doing these type of work. So you can't just go based off what somebody else says their journey is and think that your journey will be that way. Don't get afraid and don't be deterred by what you see someone go through. Everyone has their own process, everyone has their own journey, and these spirits will try to overtake us if we don't have the faith to know that God has us on our own path. God has us on a particular path to do certain things, so you can't worry about what other people do and what they say, because you don't know what their private life was like. You don't know how they set themselves up. You don't know what they did to get themselves in that particular situation that they're in. So you can't use everyone that you see online as, you want to watch them and model your life after what you see them do, and then when you see that it's not going the way that you thought your life was supposed to go, like, oh, see, I told you I'm not supposed to do that. No, like, that's not the case. We can use each other as examples, we can use each other as reference points, but just to say, like, because someone else did it, that's what I'm gonna do, no. If someone else say do this, I'm gonna do that, no. Like, do your own due diligence, make sure you do your research, and make sure you understand that this stuff is hard. This stuff ain't easy, and this stuff is not a cakewalk. And we have people all around the world that's trying to make these type of moves. So I just want to be encouraging to some people out there who are trying to build some things, who are trying to do some things, and who don't really understand what it takes to do something on this level. Like, there's always room for improvement. There's always room for us to do better as a people, and for us to connect as a people, and for us to learn from one another. So coming here, you're going to have some culture things that you run into. Some people going to try to get off that's from the continent of Africa, and some people going to try to get off that's from America with you. And when I say get off, I mean, like, people going to try to take advantage of you, especially if you got a good heart. A lot of us come from America, and we trying to come back to Africa and connect with our people, and ooh, let's link, let's do our thing, kumbaya. Everybody don't think like that, though. Some people trying to get some money. Some people only see you as an opportunity, and some people only see what they can get out of you based off of what you're doing in that moment. So they're not thinking long term sometimes. Some of our people are in survival mode, and some of our people are just trying to survive, and you might be a lick to them. So be prepared to deal with those type of things, unfortunately. I wish you didn't have to. I wish we had came home and it was all love. It is all love. I can't say it's not all love, but there is some instances where you deal with stuff that you don't want to deal with. Like you be talking to people and you like, bro, I'm your brother. Like, you know I'm your brother. This your sister, right? You got to show us some love. And sometimes you got to be the first one to teach people how we are and teach people what we really deal with. Because some people don't know what we deal with in America. Like, a lot of you will be the first African American that some people meet over here on the continent of Africa. Like, you may get lucky and meet some people who know the story, who understand things. Like, there's a few people here and there. Like, I'm not gonna say everybody don't have a clear understanding, but for the most part, some people ain't gonna get us. So they gonna try to get off. They think that all of us coming from over there are very well off. And we are in some cases. We are. But a lot of us ain't rich like they portray us and like they think we are. So they gonna think you're rich. So you're gonna have to deal with being overcharged, being looked at like a meal ticket, and maybe sometimes being taken advantage of if you don't understand the language and if you don't understand the culture that you're getting yourself into. But that don't mean they hate you, and that don't mean don't stay on the continent. That don't mean run back over to America. No, that mean deal with it. That mean adjust. That mean make the necessary adjustment. If you got to pay some money, go make some money. You know what I mean? If you got to go make some moves, go do what you need to do to make it happen. Nothing is going to be handed to us, especially if we're working towards our freedom. So don't get discouraged. Don't get backtracked. Don't get sidetracked. Trust your journey. Trust your process. And do what God told you to do. If you felt something in your spirit to tell you to go to Africa and come build, do that. Don't get scared. Do it scared. Leave it, bro. Fresh shit. Even if you feel scared, do it scared. Do it with that fear in you, and then the fear gonna go away. Trust your journey and trust your process. Don't get scared, man. I know how difficult it is, and I know watching these different videos online, watching people give their experiences and tell what they've been through and tell why they've done it, tell what happened to them. Yes, it's been some tough moments. It's been some scary moments for some people. But I've known some people who have great experiences, who stayed out the way, who handled their business, and they doing their thing. So it depends on what life you set up for yourself, all right? So just stay focused and don't get discouraged. You see what's going on in the political world. You see what's going on all around us. So it's important that we take advantage and move accordingly during these times, all right? Yeah, it's scary, I know, but we have to leave America. We can do something different, guys. I'm walking down a road in the middle of Africa, and I've been over here for almost 5 years now because I took a leap of faith, because I wasn't scared, and because I trusted the process. There could have been several times and several moments when I could have went back to America and I could have abandoned ship and abandoned what God told me to do, but I didn't, because I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I have to forge and pave the way. So if you coming here, if you're planning on doing this, if you're planning on being in Africa, man, you're going to have to be a builder. You're going to have the mentality of building, whichever country you go to. I'm sure there's bureaucratic issues all over the continent of Africa because of the way that they have this thing set up. So wherever you go, be prepared to put in some work, make some sacrifices, and you might be the first one that have to take some sticks, some pokes, in order for the people that come behind you to take advantage of the opportunity. So don't be afraid of this work, man. It's some real dogs, it's some real hunters, it's some real movers and shakers that's over here moving and trying to shake this thing up. So if you call yourself a pioneer, call yourself a builder, when you step into this fire, when you step into this work that we got to do, trust the process and trust their journey. Don't give up. Don't be deterred, and don't be discouraged, all right? Since we're here, gotta show y'all some of the products real quick.
This I'm not your body baby. I'm not your body.
Yeah, natural products.
Not your body.
Yeah.
Not your body.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah. Come closer. Come. Busy beachy.
Karibu.
If you need any resources on coming to the continent of Africa, click the link in the description box. I have free resources and I offer consultations as well. And we have a membership with like-minded individuals who are trying to connect and make business deals and move accordingly and do things with one another and hold each other accountable as we come to the continent of Africa. So if you want any of those resources, click the link in the description box and I got you, all right? If you made it to the end of the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and comment in the comment box where you plan on coming on to the continent of Africa. If you plan on coming over here, or if the spirit of discouragement is trying to overtake you and you're not going to let him get you, type "I will not be got" in the comment box so that you can make your proclamation clear so that you can come over here to the continent of Africa with the right mindset and you can do what you need to do, all right? If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for your time. Just wanted to come over here, give you guys some quick encouragement on today so that you can trust your process and trust your journey when God tell you to do what you're supposed to do, all right? Y'all make sure y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay focused. And don't let these people take y'all shalom peace, all right? Shalom.